Are we living in a parallel universe? Joe Biden, the president of the United States, the man sworn to prioritize the American people, he's out here pardoning Hunter Biden for crimes that scream corruption louder than his own contradictions. And as if that wasn't enough, guys, he's out here falling asleep at summits
in support of the development of the Lobito corridor.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while.
Whatever, Joy Reid. Does anyone even give a damn that Joy Reid deleted her X account?
The U.S. Tanzania views the Lobito corridor as an integral part of a broader strategy.
Last week, the Biden administration requested to attach to upcoming CR additional aid to Ukraine, $24 billion.
I think, as we predicted, and as I said to all of you, weeks before the election, if Donald Trump is elected, it will change the dynamic of the Russia war on Ukraine.
I can't make this up, guys. He's falling asleep in African summits and tossing taxpayer money to foreign projects. Meanwhile, Americans right here at home are dealing with their own struggles. In fact, they're drowning in their own struggles in states like North Carolina. So where's the justice in this circus of a justice system, right? Like, where is the accountability? I mean, this is a textbook miscarriage of justice, folks. Raw politics at its worst. And let's talk about that pardon, shall we? Biden's he's all about being a family man, the optics, right? A father protecting his son. Spare me. This isn't about love or legacy. This is about sweeping crimes under the rug and pretending the jury's decision just doesn't freaking matter. The backlash is real because people could see right through this sham. And this is not justice. It's a power move from a very desperate administration clinging to relevance here. Joe Biden was probably behind the whole thing for all I know. In fact, the whole thing reeks of privilege, contradiction, and just utter disrespect for the rule of law. So how does this help the American people? How does this strengthen our crumbling trust in the system? Biden isn't leading, he's deflecting, he's distracting, and he's digging his own political grave here. So enough with the excuses. This isn't the America that we sign up for. And I think it's time that we called it for what it is. It's a colossal failure of leadership. So, I mean, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, Biden is over in Africa, guys. He's pledging over $1 billion to build railways. Meanwhile, people in North Carolina are still homeless from Hurricane Helene. Remember that? Yeah, that happened during the summertime. So, or fall. So this is infuriating, guys.
To enhance connectivity in Africa. We also appreciate the fact that the implementation of the project will provide important opportunities for Africa's development in sectors such as agriculture, renewable energy, digital transformation, trade and logistics.
Biden over there nodding off. He over here like, yo, I only got a couple more days of this bullshit.
Logistics along the corridor. Tanzania is already undertaking internal consultations aiming at aligning this project with national priorities and other bilateral and regional.
Biden's like, yo, I'm done with this dog and pony show. Just tell me how much to cut this check for. It ain't my money anyway. It's just the taxpayer money. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. I totally appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sharing these videos. You guys are absolutely amazing. But let me get this straight here, guys. So Biden's out here telling African leaders that their continent has been left behind for too long, and then throwing around phrases like Africa is the future. Meanwhile, there are Americans, our people, still struggling to find a roof over their heads after a devastating hurricane. I mean, what about the families in North Carolina, Joe? Like, are they not part of the future that you keep talking about? And don't get me wrong, shout out to Africa. They need help too. But it's like, don't neglect us here at home to go help people overseas.
That's the right thing for the wealthiest nation in the world to do. And today, I'm announcing over $1 billion in new humanitarian support for Africans displaced from homes by historic droughts and food insecurity. We know African leaders and citizens are seeking more than just aid. You seek investment. So the United States is expanding our relationship all across Africa, from assistance to aid, to investment to trade, moving from patrons to partners to help bridge the infrastructure gap. I was told, by the way, when I got elected, I could never get an infrastructure bill passed.
And it gets worse. He's calling this the largest U.S. investment in a train project outside of America. Excuse me? I mean, we have crumbling infrastructure, homeless citizens, and communities that have been left behind, like right here in the United States. Yet Joe Biden decides to focus on spending $4 billion refurbishing railways in Africa to get minerals like cobalt and copper for electric vehicle batteries. Really? Now, sure, it's all about fighting China, right? But at what cost? At the cost of Americans who can't even rebuild their lives after a natural disaster? Meanwhile, you got Donald Trump and Elon Musk coming together and doing Biden and Kamala Harris's work, and they're not even in office yet. So Biden's prancing around Africa, visiting ports and making grand promises about a railway corridor that won't even be finished for years. Meanwhile, back at home, the devastation from Hurricane Helene is still a daily reality for countless Americans. People are living in shelters, struggling to rebuild their homes and their lives. But instead of prioritizing them, Biden's prioritizing mining access in Congo and Zambia. And let's not forget the cherry on top. African leaders are celebrating this like it's a golden ticket. Congo's President Felix basically, he even called it a driving force of economic and social transformation. Yeah, great for them. But what about us? Who's fighting for the economic and social transformation here? I mean, this isn't just about the money. It's about priorities. Biden's administration is bending over backwards to compete with China on foreign soil while completely ignoring the struggles right here at home. It's a slap in the face to every single American who's still waiting for help, who's still waiting for answers, who's still waiting to be seen. So, yeah, a lot of people are upset. Biden should have been in North Carolina today, pledging billions of dollars to rebuild our communities, not halfway across the world making headlines about a railway. Charity starts at home, Mr. President. When is he going to remember that?
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while. And the reason for doing it, and kissing goodbye my 1.9 million followers over there, is because I hadn't been posting for a long time. I just didn't want to contribute content once it was purchased by its present owner. But just having it there, I was only holding on to it because I, really didn't want someone trying to take over that name and using it for nefarious purposes. I was a little bit worried about that. And also every so often I would use it to just sort of look at news that was trending and what's happening. And I would just sort of use it as an aggregator. But I just realized that.
Whatever, Joy Reid. Does anyone even give a damn that Joy Reid deleted her ex account? I mean, seriously, comment down below, guys. Does anyone even care about Joy Reid? Is Joy Reid even going to have a job next week? So, I mean, Biden's out here pulling moves like he's the untouchable, right? And we're all supposed to just kind of sit back and swallow it. Now, I feel like a complete fool for even trying to make sense out of this, right? The audacity. He won't even say outright if he's pardoning his son, dodging like it's some kind of an Olympic sport. Kamala? Oh, don't even get me started on Kamala Harris. I mean, she's freaking hiding as usual, probably avoiding having to agree or even disagree because she doesn't want to mess up her next photo op, right? So you can just go and cross Kamala Harris right off the list. And don't even think about Kamala taking a real stance unless it's spoon-fed to her by The View, right? Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, anyway, and Gavin Newsom, that guy. He's already planning his next big move for 2028, doing everything Kamala Harris couldn't do, like trying to distance himself from this disaster of an administration while pretending to still be loyal. That's right, guys. He's apologized for every Biden blunder, every single stumble, every oops, I forgot where I was, every one of those moments. Now he's just scheming for his shot at the presidency. Oh, California's in my rearview mirror. He don't care about California. He says, like he didn't leave it in shambles, right? The hypocrisy reeks. Gavin Newsom, or as Trump calls them, Gavin Newsom ruined California, right? And here's the kicker, guys. The Democrats aren't mad about the crimes. Democrats are not mad about the bribes, the cover-ups, the obstruction of justice. Oh, no. They're just mad because now they look bad. They've been out here hollering about, how no one's above the law and justice for all. But now that's gone. Poof. The moment it's their guy, all that swept under the rug. Biden pardoned his son before a proper sentence even hit. Just wiped it clean in advance. And guess what? They're mad. But not because of the corruption, but because the little righteous talking points against Trump, they don't hold water anymore. And don't think that this is just some big shocking move, right? This pardon, it was probably the most predictable thing ever. Everybody saw this coming a mile away, right? And yet here we are wasting breath, arguing about, we're arguing about this while the world is teetering on the edge of chaos. World War III. World War III is practically knocking on our door. But let's focus on Hunter Biden's slap on the wrist pardon like it's breaking news. And then, of course, there's this absurd idea that Biden thinks that this stunt makes him look like a family guy. Are you freaking serious? The guy who pardons his son while ignoring everybody, everyone else's struggles, thinks that this is legacy worthy? I mean, give me a break. Meanwhile, Gavin Newsom, he's out here polishing his golden boy image for the cameras, hoping to ride this wave right into 2028, separating himself from Biden while still playing nice, so to speak. And don't even get me started on this DOJ, guys. Oh, now the DOJ is weaponized. Yeah. Where was that outrage when it was, turning a blind eye? Remember Trump? The Democrats care more about this pardon than they did about Afghanistan. 13 service members died there. But hey, that's old news, right? It's all just smoke and mirrors, people. Keep your eyes open because the real disasters are coming, and they're coming behind the curtain while most people, let me not say all, while most people are distracted by this shiny, predictable mess. So, yeah. Now, finally, somebody in Washington's got a spine. House Speaker Mike Johnson, he did what every American taxpayer should be cheering for. He shut down Biden's insane $724 million giveaway to the Ukraine. Hallelujah, right? I mean, seriously. Biden's administration is in full-blown panic mode right now, trying to toss mountains of cash and weapons at Ukraine before he packs his bags and has to leave office in a couple of months. Why? To put Kiev in the strongest position possible, according to him. Please. They're sending all sorts of artillery, rockets, air defense systems, you name it. Jake Sullivan, CNN, even boasted about the rapid delivery of this stuff, kind of like it's like some urgent Amazon Prime shipment. I mean, meanwhile, our borders are wide open. Our veterans are struggling. Inflation's gutting American families. And get this. They're planning to ship hundreds of thousands of artillery rounds, thousands of rockets, and God knows whatever else over there between now and mid-January. Stinger missiles, HIMAR ammunition, anti-personnel landmines. It's like Biden's using taxpayer dollars to play war games. This isn't about defending freedom. It's not about defending our independence. It's about Biden trying to slap a last-minute Band-Aid on his foreign policy failures before he heads out for the exits. But you know what? The jig is up. Mike Johnson, he saw right through this charade, and he slammed the brakes on this thing, guys.
Last week, Biden administration requested to attach to upcoming CR additional aid to Ukraine, $24 billion. Do you planning to do that? What is your position?
I'm not planning to do that. There are developments by the hour in Ukraine. I think, as we predicted, and as I said to all of you, weeks before the election, if Donald Trump is elected, it will change the dynamic of the Russia war on Ukraine. And we're seeing that happen. So it is not the place of Joe Biden to make that decision now. We have a newly elected president, and we're going to wait and take the new commander-in-chief's direction on all of that. So I don't expect any Ukraine funding to come up now.
Enough is enough. We've already poured billions of dollars into this war, and what do we have to show for it? We got a military industrial complex laughing all the way to the bank while Americans foot the bill. How about we focus on our freedom and our independence for a change? I'm tired of Biden treating our hard-earned money like monopoly cash. Let Europe step up if they care so much. Johnson's rejection of this bloated package isn't just a win for fiscal sanity. It's a win for every American who's sick of watching their government prioritize foreign wars over the people that they're supposed to serve. So yeah, kind of glad Mike Johnson stood up for Biden's reckless spending spree. I mean, it's about time somebody said, no, not on our dime, right? I mean, maybe now we can actually focus on fixing our problems here at home instead of funding endless wars overseas. Enough is enough. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. I totally appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sharing these videos. You guys are absolutely amazing. And check out this video that's coming up here next or our playlist down below. And we'll see you guys on the next one.